Thank you, Bill. Tonight, as South Carolina leaders closely monitor new storms that could impact us, they're also looking back on Helene, the deadliest hurricane here in the last 100 years. Around this time last year, more than 1 million homes and businesses across South Carolina were on the verge of losing power, some for minutes and others for weeks. State House reporter Mary Green spoke with power companies about how Helene changed their preparation and response to storms going forward.
Inside their offices, the staff here at Newberry Electric Cooperative are monitoring a pair of storms brewing in the Atlantic more closely than ever. They're giving them a level of attention they never really gave storms like these in the past, because here in the Midlands, they're hours away from the coast. But about 1 year ago, Helene changed that.
We kind of had to react instead of being proactive like we would normally do.
I don't think we anticipated this much damage.
Helene's unexpected route into South Carolina shut off the power for more than 1 million homes and businesses in the state. Getting it back on wasn't easy.
This really wasn't an effort to repair our system, but it was an effort to rebuild it.
Both Dominion Energy and Fairfield Electric Cooperative say more than half their customers or members lost power at some point. Nearly 500,000 customers alone in Dominion's expansive territory. For Newberry Electric Cooperative, which powers part of the Midlands into the upstate, the lights were totally off.
There for a while, we didn't have a meter spinning. Everybody was out.
The power companies we spoke with had all kept their crews in South Carolina before the storm, but afterwards they needed extra hands, and linemen arrived from as far away as Iowa and Michigan.
That was a big storm. Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, all the way in to North Carolina. So you can imagine the challenges that we had trying to bring help in.
We're 2.5 days in our restoration.
Some utilities for the first time really harnessed the power of social media to keep their people up to speed on restoration, a step many say they'll take for future storms too.
Please treat any wire down as a live wire.
Some say Helene taught them to prepare even more ahead of time for the what-ifs, like how they'd feed and lodge their crews, working 16-hour days and without power themselves.
There's always something you learn, always something.
Each day we train, we mobilize, we prepare to respond in times of emergency. Helene was no different.
Utilities say they'll continue preparing for the worst in future storms. After being reminded just a year ago, that could be the reality.
It just kind of awakens, a lot of the folks that work here were not around when Hugo hits. So now they have a frame of reference that, hey, this is what could possibly be the worst case scenario.
That was our Mary Green reporting. One action utilities also say they're not going to take in the wake of Helene is burying all their power lines. They say it's way too expensive and that burying lines isn't a silver bullet to prevent all outages and can even make restoration harder in disasters like floods.